Germany's first F-35A is almost complete, but after delivery, it will not fly to Germany. Built at Lockheed Martin's Fort Worth plant, it is due in 2026 and will initially remain in the United States. The first 8 German aircraft will operate from Ebbing Air National Guard Base in Arkansas, where Luftwaffe pilots and technicians will train. The first F-35A is not expected at Büchel until late 2027. This sounds like a delay, but it is part of a larger plan. Germany is not simply buying 35 combat aircraft. Within several years, it is building a new air combat system with stealth, integrated sensors, new weapons, American training, and a crucial NATO nuclear sharing role. The political starting point came in March 2022. Weeks after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Germany selected the F-35A to replace part of its aging Tornado fleet. The purchase was approved in December. The package costs around 8.3 billion euros. That equals roughly 237 million euros per aircraft, but also covers engines, spares, mission equipment, weapons, simulators, training, and technical and logistical support. Büchel Air Base must also be rebuilt for new maintenance, data processing, and security requirements. The F-35A is the conventional takeoff and landing version of the Lightning II. It is 51.5 feet long, 14.4 feet high, and has a wingspan of 35 feet and a wing area of 460 square feet. It weighs approximately 29,300 pounds empty, while a maximum takeoff weight reaches 70,000 pounds. Around 18,250 pounds of fuel can be carried internally, more than half the aircraft's empty weight. External fuel tanks would increase its radar signature. With internal fuel, it has a range exceeding 1,370 miles and a combat radius of more than 680 miles, accounting for the outbound flight, mission profile, reserves, and return journey. The F-35A is powered by a Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW100. It has only one engine, but with afterburner it produces more than 40,000 pounds of thrust. This accelerates the fighter to Mach 1.6, approximately 1,225 miles per hour at high altitude. It is designed to withstand forces of up to 9 Gs. A Eurofighter is considerably faster at more than Mach 2 and has 2 engines. But this is where the most common misunderstandings begin. The F-35 was not built to outmaneuver every opponent in a traditional turning dog fight. Its objective is to detect the enemy earlier, reach a favorable position without being noticed, fire first, and prevent close combat from developing at all. Stealth does not mean invisibility. Any aircraft can be detected under suitable conditions. The F-35's shape, materials, and mission planning reduce the distance at which enemy radar can reliably detect and engage it. Edges share limited angles, antennas are embedded, the engine compressor is hidden from direct view, and radar-absorbing materials reduce reflections. Fuel and weapons remain inside the fuselage. The result is not a magical cloak, but a time advantage. In air combat, seconds decide who sees only a radar contact and who already has a firing solution. The 2 internal weapons bays reveal the central compromise behind the concept. In a stealth configuration, the F-35 carries its weapons internally, including air-to-air missiles and precision-guided bombs. If all 6 external stations are also used, total weapons capacity can rise to around 18,000 pounds. The difficult-to-detect penetrator then becomes a genuine heavy weapons carrier, but part of its low radar signature is lost. The so-called beast mode is therefore intended mainly for a later phase of a conflict, after enemy air defenses have already been weakened. For close-range engagements, the F-35A also has an internally mounted 4-barrel GAU-22 A25mm cannon with 180 rounds. This is not a large ammunition reserve, but a compact final option against air or ground targets. The sensors are at least as important as the weapons. The nose houses the AN/APG-81, an electronically steered AESA radar. It tracks air and ground targets, creates high-resolution radar imagery, and redirects energy rapidly. 6 distributed aperture system infrared cameras monitor the aircraft's surroundings. They warn of incoming missiles and show areas the fuselage would normally hide from the pilot. Beneath the nose, the electro-optical targeting system provides target acquisition and laser designation. The AN/ASQ-239 electronic warfare suite detects radar emissions, locates threats, and supports countermeasures. The decisive difference is the fusion of this data. In older jets, crews manually combined radar, warning receiver, targeting pod, and radio information. The F-35 automatically creates prioritized tracks. Instead of conflicting symbols, the pilot sees a target's type, altitude, direction, and threat level. There is no conventional head-up display. Data appears on a panoramic cockpit screen and helmet visor, with symbols and sensor imagery following the pilot's gaze. This makes the F-35 a flying reconnaissance, command, and attack node. That is why it can be more valuable than its fleet size suggests. A German F-35 could detect targets inside contested airspace and pass their positions to Eurofighters, air defense units, or command aircraft. But not every data link works without limitations. The F-35 uses the harder-to-detect multifunction advanced data link between F-35s and Link 16 for the wider NATO network. The real skill is exchanging information without revealing the aircraft's position through unnecessary emissions. A Tornado comparison reveals how radically Germany's concept is changing. The two-seat Tornado relied on twin engines, variable sweep wings, low-level speed, and terrain-following radar. It was meant to penetrate enemy territory below the radar horizon. That principle came from an era of far less capable network sensors, long-range air defenses, and infrared search systems. The F-35 does not repeat the same attack with newer electronics. It must understand, evade, deceive, or engage threats while controlling its signature. Yet it will not inherit every Tornado mission alone. Nuclear sharing and part of the strike role pass to the F-35A, while 15 planned Eurofighter EK aircraft handle electronic warfare and air defense suppression. The F-35 and Eurofighter are not simple competitors either. They are almost the same length and have similar wingspans, but follow different philosophies. The Eurofighter is lighter, extremely agile, climbs rapidly, and exceeds Mach 2. Its EJ-200 engines jointly produce up to 40,500 pounds of afterburning thrust. It is exceptionally well-suited to air defense, interception, and combat with a large weapons load. The F-35 is slower, heavier, and has only one engine, but offers a lower radar signature, internal weapons, and a far more deeply integrated sensor architecture. Ideally, the F-35 detects targets and opens a corridor, while Eurofighters launch additional missiles from favorable positions. The true German model is not F-35 versus Eurofighter, but F-35 together with Eurofighter. Another role is politically more significant. The F-35A will replace the Tornado in NATO nuclear sharing. The weapons remain under American control, while German aircraft and crews could employ them in an emergency. The F-35A is certified to carry the modernized B-6112, avoiding a years-long German solution for another aircraft. Because the Tornado retires by 2030, the timeline is tight. The first aircraft should reach Büchel in late 2027, after which training, infrastructure, maintenance, weapons, and procedures must come together. A completed aircraft alone does not create a combat-ready squadron. Even a combat radius of 680 miles makes aerial refueling necessary during detours and long patrols. The F-35A is refueled through a rigid boom, and Germany can use the multinational A330 MRTT fleet for this purpose. An A400M equipped with a hose and drogue system cannot refuel it directly. Interfaces like these determine which tankers and allies an operation requires. The German purchase is not also a risk-free project. The new TR-3 computer architecture is intended to provide more processing power and memory for the gradual introduction of Block 4 capabilities. Hardware, software, and testing remain years behind the original plan. In 2024, TR-3 aircraft were temporarily delivered with restricted software, and the American Operational Test Report for 2025 still describes unfinished development and testing work. Block 4 is not a single update that appears in full on one specific day, but a sequence of software versions, sensor upgrades, and weapons integrations. For Germany, this means the first fighters will be advanced, but part of their promised long-term potential will emerge only through later updates. There are also operating costs, spare parts needs, and dependence on a United States-led global support system. The stealth surface requires inspection, software needs maintenance, and mission data must adapt to new threats. Criticism of availability, maintenance demands, and delayed modernization is therefore justified. Yet, Germany is not buying an experimental one-off. More than 1,000 F-35s have been delivered. Many NATO countries operate or have ordered the type, and Europe is building a training, maintenance, and operations network. This scale explains why Berlin did not wait for a new European nuclear-capable aircraft despite the risks. When the first German F-35A lands at Büchel in late 2027, it may look unspectacular. The gray jet making a normal approach. Behind it stand 35 aircraft, 8.3 billion euros, new hangars, simulators, pilots, and a shift in German air power. The Tornado penetrated deep and fast. The Eurofighter defends through performance and agility. The F-35 must see without being detected early, turn data into effect, and open the way for other forces. It is an attempt to turn individual aircraft into a networked weapon system, and will show whether Germany can unite technology, training, and readiness as quickly as the fighter leaves the Texas assembly line. What are your thoughts on the F-35A? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel to get our latest videos straight to your notifications.